No more, my Lord.
Macbeth is the story of a ferocious general who hears a prophecy that says that he shall be king, but none of his children shall be king. And then his best friend gets a prophecy that he will not be king, but his children will become kings. And that prophecy then leads Macbeth to secure that destiny for himself by less than admirable means, through murder and corruption and betrayal. Every director has a challenge when dealing with classical work of how to make the story relevant for the audience. I've set my production in post-Civil War America, in the South. Now, I'm not trying to literally move the story to a specific moment or location in time or in history, but rather use this setting to help emphasize the themes that Shakespeare wrote about.
Well, my character, I like to fuse Witch number 2 and House Servant number 1 into one person. And pretty much her story is that of freedom, liberation, and empowerment, really. It's more like, you know, she's in a new situation where she hears, you know, the word freedom and you're free everywhere, but really when she looks around, she doesn't see it.
It is unlike any other Macbeth ever, because we do so much that is realistic in terms of bringing, you know, Africa to life and the traditions of Africa, and also bringing the South to life and those sorts of traditions that you probably won't find in any other production. It's really quite innovative, and I feel fortunate that I get to be a part of it.
You know, the witches, I don't really like saying that, but the witches, they have a lot of movement and a lot of dance. In order for us to be able to move the way we want to move on stage and like add that appeal, Justin brought in a choreographer, Lakai, who's a really, really cool person, to kind of teach us how to move.
Hand in hand, passes over the sea and land.
The story of the witches, they're in tune with a certain level of power, which everybody else may not be aware of, but is evident. So being that they're African slaves, newly freed African slaves, it's something that they've used to hold on to their own culture. They've used it to help them find the power within themselves. They've used it to help heal. They've used it to help express themselves. Because of the fact that he's taking it and putting it the era of the Civil War at the end of it, it was important for him to find movement that was going to articulate that particular story.
We've been having a wonderful time creating a unique vocabulary that will reveal the mysticism, the spirituality that allows them to uncover this prophecy that they proclaim to Macbeth and Banquo.
We wanted to just explore and try to really find what is the intention and the meaning behind particular things. What is it when the witches begin to conjure up an energy? How do they do that? And what purpose does it serve? Seeing the interpretation of Shakespeare's work in this way has been definitely one of my most enjoyable moments, because I think sometimes Shakespeare feels a little bit distant from many people, especially people of color. But when you bring an aspect to of a story that they can relate to, I think it just opens them up, opens up the avenue for conversation, opens up the avenue for exploration.
Rehearsal process has been a lot of fun. It's been really busy as well. We've been working on choreography and our lines and getting a really good workout.
There's a tremendous amount of work that goes into any production, but you know, especially a production of this scale. But that becomes the beauty and the strength of the theater, is really this convergence of art forms. So we have a fight choreographer, we have a movement choreographer, we have music, we have musicians, we have actors, we have set designers.
It's been a lot of work. It's been really fun, challenging, as I said before, but I've learned a lot. Honestly, the best thing about this experience has been, outside of meeting the cast and working with them, sneaking some swordplay on the side, because I don't get to play with any of the weapons. So I would sneak the swords out and